Hello students, today we are going to do chapter 1, the planet Earth and the solar system, the topic comets. I have told you the comet is a bright star with a tail. See, a bright star with a tail. So here you must be knowing about Halley's comet. You must have heard about Halley's comet that appeared in 1986. Halley's comet appeared in 1986. It is the most famous comet that returns to the Earth's proximity. Proximity means it comes near to Earth every 75 years. Means Halley's comet appeared in 1986. Now it will appear in the year 2061 after 75 years. Means it is the most famous comet that returns to Earth nearness. Proximity means nearness every 75 years. Comets are icy, rocky masses which have solid nucleus. You can see the comets are icy and they are rocky masses which are solid nucleus. What is nucleus? Nucleus is the central and most important part of an object. Nucleus is central and most important part of an object, that is your nucleus. So comets are icy, rocky masses which have a solid nucleus surrounded by a cloud of glowing gases. You can see glowing gases are there, that is called the coma. It has a tail made up of gas and dust. Comets has a tail that is made up of gas and dust. You can see the comets are made up of gas and dust. This is Halley's comet. A tail of tails. Comets have glowing tails. You can see the comets have glowing tails that always point away from the sun, and the tail is always away from the sun, that points away from the sun. These tails are created because when the comets come close to the sun, these tails are created because when the comet these come close to the sun, it starts to melt. These tails are created when comets are near to the sun and they start melting. Now the solar wind does its job. Now the solar winds which are coming from the sun, it does its job. How it will do its job? It blows this tail of gas many kilometers far away. This tail of gas, it blows away many kilometers far away. This tail, due to the solar wind, the tail of the comet goes many kilometers far away. The sunlight does the rest job. It makes the tail shine. Because of the sunlight, the tail shines. Asteroids. Scientists say that the asteroids are bits and pieces of rocks. You can see the asteroids. These are the bits and pieces of rocks. They were left when our solar system was formed. That were left when our solar system was formed. These are the bits and pieces of rocks that were left when our solar system was created or formed. They are also called planetoids or minor planets. They are also called planetoids or minor planets. They orbit the sun. They orbit the sun in a circular path, in a fixed path, and are small rocky bodies. These are very small rocky bodies. The asteroids belt of our solar system lies between the Mars and the Jupiter. Between the planet Mars and the Jupiter, you can see a belt is there. Whole belt is there of asteroids. The belt stretches from about 250 million kilometers from the sun. The belt is about 250 million kilometers from the sun. Between the Mars and Jupiter, you can see an asteroid belt, which is also circular in shape. All the asteroids are there between the Mars and the Jupiter planet, in between these two planets. Meteors. Meteors are smaller than the comets. Your meteors are much smaller than the comets. They could be dust or chunk of rocks from comet or asteroids. What is the meaning of chunk? Chunk means thick or solid piece of something. So what are the meteors? They are smaller than the comets. They could be the dust or chunks of rock from comets or asteroids. Chunk means a thick solid piece of something. They are the tiny lumps. Lumps means compact mass of substance. Compact means when they are grouped together. So these are tiny lumps of burning matter and streak through the solar system. Streak, you can see they are moving very fast in a specified direction. Streak means when they move very fast in a specified direction. Lump means a compact mass of a substance. So they are the tiny lumps of burning matter. So they are the tiny lumps of burning matter and streak through the solar system. They are very tiny lumps. They are of the burning matter, and they are streak through the solar system. Streak means they are move away very fast in a specified direction. Those meteors that enter the Earth's atmosphere are called meteors. When they enter the Earth's atmosphere, they are called meteors. And when they crash upon the earth, means when they are entering the earth, they burn up in the sky, so they are called meteorites. Okay, when they crash upon the earth, they are called meteorites. When they enter the earth atmosphere, they are called meteors. So usually meteors burn up in the sky and disappear as gas. When they are entering the earth atmosphere, what happens? They burn up in the sky or disappear as a gas or dust. They move at very great speed. You can see they move at a great speed. This creates friction. Friction, you understand what is friction? The action of rubbing one surface against another. Friction is created. Means when they are moving at very high speed, you can see it generate heat. It creates friction. Meteors at times starts burning due to heat. Sometimes meteors starts burning due to heat. Meteors are also called shooting stars. You can see they are look like a shooting stars. Difference between stars and planets. Stars and planets, you can see stars are hot. Temperature depends upon the distance from the sun. They have their own heat and light. They don't have their own heat and light. It gives out the light. It receives the light from the sun. They twinkle, planets do not twinkle. You cannot count the stars, they are uncountable, but you can count the planets, they can be counted. Our unique Earth. Our Earth is a unique planet in whole solar system. It is the only planet which supports the life. So, Earth is a unique planet because it supports the life. The life exists on Earth. It is the third nearest planet to the Sun, and it is the fifth largest planet in size. Nearest to the sun, it comes on the third number, and largest planet, it is the fifth largest one in terms of size. It is slightly flattened at the poles. I tell you the meaning of geoid. Geoid means when the earth, you have seen the earth is flattened at the poles. You can see north pole and south pole, they are flattened, and the north and south pole are flattened, and the earth is bulging at the equator. Equator is a line which divides the earth into two equal parts. So it is bulging. Bulging means coming out at the equator side, but it is flat at the poles. So that is geoid shape of earth. Means the earth shape, you have seen the shape of earth, it is geoid shape, you can say. Okay, geoid means when it is flattened at the poles and bulging out. It is bulging out at the side of equator. Scientists say that the billions of years ago there were clouds of hot gases and dust which created the sun. Scientists say that billions of years ago there were the clouds of hot gases and dust. Because of that, the sun was created. Those clouds began to bunch together. Those clouds grouped together. Bunch means they grouped together, and gradually they formed the Earth and other planets. When these clouds they group together, gradually they form the Earth and the other planets. After this, the debris from Big Bang also joined the Earth. What is the meaning of debris? Means scattered pieces. Whichever the remainings were left from the Big Bang explosion, that is debris. It also joined the Earth. Whatever the pieces were left, that also from the Big Bang, that also joined the Earth. Life started in water. Wherever there is a life, water is essential. Later developed to survive on land. Life started in water. Later, the land becomes an important part of life. All plants and animals that we see around us today were evolved. Evolved means they were came out or they developed from the forms of life that existed millions of years ago. So all the plants and animals, those you can see around yourself, they are evolved. They came out from the forms of life which existed millions of years ago. Algae involved. Algae is a non-flowering plant which have no roots, no stems and leaves, and they are found near the water. That is your algae. They start up using carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and release oxygen. You know, the plants, what they do? They intake the carbon dioxide and gives us the oxygen. So algae is also non-flowering plant. It also have no stem, no roots, no leaves. So what happened? It start using up carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and releasing oxygen. The air on the planet Earth became completely changed. The air which was on the planet Earth, it completely changed. You can see at the poles it is flattened, and this part it is bulging out, coming out. That is geoid shape. Why is the Earth a unique planet? Why the Earth is a unique planet? Because it is not too far away nor too close to the sun. The Earth is neither too far away nor too close to the sun. The heat which it receives from the sun is sufficient. Optimum means it is sufficient for life to flourish here. It is sufficient for the life to grow here or flourish here. The Earth is neither too far away, it is not close to the sun. The heat which it receives from the sun is essential for life to flourish here. Flourish means to develop or to grow here. The Earth has the elixir of life. What is the meaning of elixir? A magical or medicine potion. Is a magic potion Earth is having that no other planet is having, that is a water. About 2/3 of the Earth is covered by water, and the Earth is also called blue planet. So because of the water, it is the elixir of life on the planet Earth. That's why it is also called blue planet. It has atmosphere which acts like a blanket. It has an atmosphere that acts as a blanket. It protects us from the ultraviolet rays that is coming from the sun. Ultraviolet rays are the harmful rays. If those rays come to us, they cause skin cancer, and many types of diseases are caused by those ultraviolet rays. So the atmosphere, the blanket of atmosphere, it protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. It maintains the climate also. It moderates the climate also. It causes rainfall also, and is very rich in oxygen. Oxygen is present here. Okay. Oxygen is present here, causes rainfall, it moderates the climate, and it protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays. The interaction between the air, water, and land, these three things, the interaction between the air, water, and land allows life to flourish, allows life to exist here. In the biosphere means land and water we are talking about. In the land and water, what you see? Plants, animals, and other organisms. So they live together in a physical environment. In a physical environment, when you're all plants and animals and other living organisms, they live together, with which they interact. Interact means they are interdependent or interrelated to each other. All the plants, animals, and other living organisms, they are interdependent and interrelated to each other. Means they interact with each other in a physical environment. This is called ecological system or ecosystem. It is called ecological system or ecosystem. The moon, the Earth's companion. What is companion? Companion means to accompany someone. Accompany means a person with you, with whom you spend a lot of time. That is a companion. So Earth's companion is the moon. So moon is about 384,000 kilometers away from the Earth. The moon is about 384,000 kilometers away from the sun. The diameter of the moon is 3480 kilometer, means 3480 kilometers is the diameter of the moon. Have you seen a moon like a circle shape? This is diameter, and half of the diameter is radius. It appears larger and brighter than the other celestial bodies in the night sky. When you see in the night sky, you see a brighter celestial body in the night sky. The moon is brighter. It looks so large because it is closer to us. The moon looks so large to us because it is very close to us. Than any other celestial body, than any other planet or anything, the moon is very close to us. That's why it's appear to be large. The moon shines because it reflects sunlight. The moon shines because it reflects what? It reflects your sunlight. The reflected light of the sun from the moon reaches Earth's surface. The reflected light means the sunlight which is coming from the moon, it reaches the Earth's surface in about 1.3 seconds. Because the reflected light which is coming from the moon, it is of sun, because that is of the sunlight which is coming from the moon, it reaches Earth's surface in about 1.3 seconds. The moon completes its one revolution. What is revolution? When it moves around the Earth in 29.53 days. Moon completes its one revolution round about Earth in 29.53 days, and it also completes its rotation on its axis on the same time. It takes the same time, means 29.53 days to complete its one rotation on its axis. It rotates on its axis also, it do revolution also. Hence, we can see only one side of the moon is visible to us. When you see the moon, only one side of the moon is visible to you, the other side is turned away from the us. Phases of moon. One side of moon is lighted by the sun, but as the moon moves around the earth, we see only parts of this side. You can see we only see half of parts of this side. That is known as phases of moon. On the full moon night, this we are talking about full moon night, or Purnima also we call it, the bright hemisphere is visible to us. See, it is bright. Hemisphere means when any object which is circular or sphere in shape, like a ball, you cut it into two equal halves. When you cut the ball from the center, the half part is known as hemisphere. So the bright hemisphere is visible to us, the bright side is visible to us, whereas on the new moon day, this is the new moon day, we call it Amavasya also, the dark hemisphere of the moon faces us. Dark hemisphere means the dark portion of the earth, of the moon, faces the earth. When it journeys from new moon to full moon, phases of moon are there na, when it journeys from what? From new moon to full moon. Waxing is there. What is the meaning of waxing? Waxing means increasing or getting bigger. New moon, it is black, then the size increased, this white part, then half part, then gibbous. Gibbous means more than the half part, and then your full moon. So the size is getting bigger, increases. That is wax. So journey from new moon to full moon, the visible portion increases and the moon is said to wax. Similarly, when we journey from full moon to new moon, when we are journey from full moon to new moon, what happened? The size decreases, the visible portion decreases, and the moon is said to wane. What is wane? Decreasing size of the moon. That is known as wane. So see the white portion here, then it was full moon, then the size decreased, white portion, then the last quarter half moon, then the crescent moon. This shape is called crescent, and then your new moon, the size is getting decreased. So you understood what is waxing, what is waning. Waxing means increase or getting bigger, waning means decrease or getting smaller. What is meaning of gibbous here? Gibbous means more than half or less than half. In waning gibbous means less than half, and waxing gibbous means more than half. Okay, because waning means less or decrease, waxing means more or increase. So the waxing and waning of the moon is known as phases of moon. This waxing and waning is known as the phases of moon. Like new moon, after that see the crescent shape of moon, waxing crescent moon, then the first half quarter of the moon, then the gibbous. Gibbous means more than half of the moon is visible to us because it is waxing gibbous. Then your full moon. So see the moon size is getting bigger. Here the moon size is decreasing. Waning gibbous, less than half of the moon, last quarter half moon, waning crescent moon, then the new moon. These are the phases of moon. Did you know Neil Armstrong was the first man to land on the moon on 20th July 1969? Who was the first man to land on the moon? Neil Armstrong. Which date? July 20th, 1969. July 20th, 1969, he landed on the moon. Another person was there who was with Neil Armstrong, that was Edwin Aldrin. A person who was with Neil Armstrong, who also landed on the moon, he was Edwin Aldrin. But the first man was Neil Armstrong. Several space missions have been brought back samples of lunar Earth. Many space missions have been done. Samples have been brought from the lunar Earth, means from the moon. Studies have shown that the surface of the moon is very rough. Whatever the samples were brought from the lunar Earth, it studies that the moon surface is very rough and uneven. Because they went there on the moon, they see that the moon surface is very rough and it is uneven. There is no air and water on the moon. There is no air and water on the moon. So life does not exist on moon because there is no air and no water. What are sunspots? These are the areas of the sun which are slightly less hot. Means sunspots, these are the areas of the sun which are slightly less hot. It is not very much hot. They appear as the black spot. It appears like a black spot on the otherwise shining sun. It appears like a black spots on the otherwise shining sun. These are not stationary. Its position is not fixed. Stationary means fixed. Their position is not fixed. They appear as a black spots in the shining sun. When the sun is shining in the sky, it appears like a black spot. It is not visible to us from a far away. They are the areas which are slightly less hot. These black spots are the areas which are less hot. These are not stationary. Stationary means fixed position is not there of these spots. Thank you and have a nice day. Please understand it properly and carefully.